What happens when family love crosses an unexpected line? When a sister's desperate wish for motherhood collides with her brother's personal boundaries. In a family already known for drama, fame, and emotional explosions. One private conversation sent shockwaves through Calabasas. This wasn't about fame, fortune, or a new business venture. This was about blood, legacy, and an unthinkable request. Tonight, we uncover the story behind the whispers, the emotional confrontation, and the ultimate moment when Rob Kardashian shut down Khloé's sperm request. This isn't just another Kardashian headline, it's a story that forces us to ask, how far should family go for love? It all began quietly away from the flashing cameras and luxury brand deals. Rob Kardashian, the reclusive brother of the world's most famous reality TV family, had been keeping a low profile. For years, he'd stayed out of the limelight while his sisters Kourtney, Khloé, Kendall, and Kylie dominated the media cycle. But one emotional family discussion would bring Rob back into the center of attention in a way no one expected. The setting was intimate, a warm, golden California afternoon. Inside Khloé Kardashian's sprawling home, the air was thick with tension and affection. Khloé had been candid for years about her struggles with fertility, her dreams of expanding her family, and the complicated road she faced to becoming a mother again. Her daughter, True, had become her entire world, but Khloé had spoken openly about wanting a sibling for her little girl. And this time, her idea for making it happen was nothing short of shocking. As the cameras rolled for the Kardashians, Khloé hesitated before making her confession. Sitting across from Rob, who was visiting for what he assumed would be a casual family chat, she finally blurted out the question that would change everything. "Rob, would you ever consider donating your sperm?" For me, the silence that followed was heavy. Even for a family used to sharing every private detail on global television, this moment was different. Rob's eyes widened, his trademark smirk fading into confusion. The air in the room shifted darkward, uncertain, electric. Khloé's voice softened as she tried to explain, her tone laced with sincerity. She wasn't joking, and Rob knew it. Khloé explained her reasoning. She wanted True to have a full biological sibling, someone who shared the exact same DNA connection. It wasn't about romance, relationships, or scandal. It was about legacy and love. In her eyes, using Rob's sperm wasn't taboo. It was family helping family. But for Rob Kardashian, the idea was unthinkable. "I love you, Khloé," Rob said, pausing as he tried to choose his words carefully. "But that's weird. You're my sister." Khloé tried to laugh off the tension, but the unease was clear. In her world, where unconventional solutions often turned into reality TV gold, this one hit a different nerve. Rob wasn't just rejecting an idea, he was drawing a line. One that spoke volumes about boundaries, comfort, and how far even the Kardashians could go in the name of family. Behind the scenes, the crew stopped breathing. Even the production team, seasoned professionals who had seen years of family fights, tears, and headline-making confessions, knew they were witnessing something raw and real. This wasn't scripted drama. It was a moment of pure human discomfort, wrapped in love and misunderstanding. For Rob Kardashian, privacy had always been his escape. His years out of the spotlight weren't accidental. After struggling with weight issues, mental health challenges, and the pressures of fame, Rob had found solace in staying out of the Kardashian spotlight. The last thing he wanted was to be thrust back into the media whirlwind because of something so personal and so shocking. Khloé, however, was coming from a place of desperation and devotion. Her fertility journey had been long and public. She'd explored IVF, surrogacy, and other options. Her connection to her brother wasn't just familial, it was emotional. Rob was one of the few people she fully trusted. And in her mind, the idea of keeping things in the family symbolized unity, legacy, and loyalty. But Rob saw it differently. "It's not just about biology, Coco," he said softly. "It's about what it means. What people would think. What our family would think. What True would one day ask." The moment carried more weight than anyone anticipated. It wasn't just a funny or bizarre request. It was a reflection of the blurred lines that fame had built around the Kardashians. Where other families drew walls between private and public life, the Kardashians often let those walls crumble on camera. But this time, Rob was determined to protect his own boundary. Later that evening, Khloé confided in her sisters. In a dimly lit living room, Kim leaned forward, listening intently as Khloé replayed the conversation. Kourtney, as usual, stayed quiet, her face unreadable. Kim's eyebrows lifted in disbelief, then curiosity. "You actually asked Rob that?" Kim asked, half amused, half shocked. Khloé sighed, her voice barely above a whisper. "I just thought it would make sense. He's family. I trust him." But the room fell silent again. Even for a clan that had shared everything from weddings to divorces, heartbreaks to surgeries, this topic felt taboo. Kourtney finally spoke, her tone calm but firm. "Khloé, I get it. You want True to have a sibling. But some things just don't feel right." It wasn't judgment, it was concern. And yet, beneath the surface, there was something else: admiration. The Kardashians had always prided themselves on their unbreakable bond, their willingness to help each other through anything. But this moment forced even them to examine the limits of that bond. The conversation quickly became a private family debate. Kris Jenner, ever the matriarch, entered the picture with her trademark composure. Her face said it all: part disbelief, part maternal empathy. She'd heard rumors of the conversation and decided to step in before the tabloids did. "Honey," she told Khloé during a kitchen chat later that week, "I love how much you love your family. But Rob's right to say no. It's too complicated. Too personal." Creases. Words weren't harsh, they were protective. She knew firsthand how easily a moment of vulnerability could become a global headline. In a family where every move sparked controversy, she wanted to shield both of her children from unnecessary pain. But it was too late. Once whispers of the conversation leaked, the internet exploded. Social media lit up with speculation, memes, and disbelief. "Khloé wants Rob's sperm" trended across Twitter and TikTok. Fans dissected the rumors, debating whether it was real, staged, or simply exaggerated. Some called it disturbing. Others defended Khloé's heartfelt intention. Meanwhile, Rob Kardashian stayed silent. True to form, he refused interviews, avoided paparazzi, and shut down any public discussion. His decision was finally he wouldn't be part of this story. But, ironically, that silence spoke louder than words. Fans saw it as Rob's quiet stand against the chaos of FIMA. Moment of clarity in a family known for blurring boundaries. Back at Khloé's home, she reflected privately on what had happened. Cameras caught her sitting in her backyard, looking over the Los Angeles skyline as the sun dipped below the horizon. Her voice trembled as she spoke to the camera. "I never meant to make Rob uncomfortable. I wanted to keep it in the family. Maybe I was thinking too emotionally." Her vulnerability was real. For once, there were no jokes, no dramatic background music, just honesty. The same honesty that made Khloé a fan favorite over the years. In the days that followed, the family grew closer again. They teased Khloé gently, but with love. Kim cracked a few jokes, Kourtney shrugged it off, and even Kris managed to turn it into a lesson about boundaries in communication. But deep down, everyone knew that moment had revealed something raw about their family dynamic. It wasn't just about Rob Kardashian shutting down Khloé's sperm request, which was about the thin line between love and discomfort, loyalty and privacy, family and personal choice. It was about a sister's longing colliding with a brother's limits, a collision that, though awkward and emotional, ultimately showed the humanity behind the headlines. By the season's end, Khloé had moved forward with her journey toward motherhood through other means. Rob retreated back into his quiet life, occasionally appearing at family events, but maintaining his comfort zone. The topic was never brought up again, at least, not on camera, yet for fans, that brief, awkward, unforgettable moment became a symbol of the Kardashians' unique blend of chaos and compassion. In a world where fame often distorts reality, this was one moment that felt brutally, beautifully real. And as the narrator, standing amid the mansion lights, fading into night, one couldn't help but reflect, for all their fame, fortune, and filters, the Kardashians are still just a family. Imperfect, emotional, human. Rob Kardashian didn't just shut down Khloé's sperm request. He reminded the world that even the most famous family in America has boundaries, and sometimes saying no is the most powerful thing of all.